Good evening, everyone. I'd like to present today my presentation about the most important quality tools within a real research for my quality improvement project in SRH Hospital, Rehabilitation Hospital, one of the well-known hospitals in Abu Dhabi.
Excellent. Welcome, Mr. Mahmoud.
First of all, it will be presented by me and Mrs. Islam Al-Akkad. It's my research
Welcome, Mrs. Islam.
My research is about the tissue viability and pressure ulcer in rehabilitation hospital. Here in Abu Dhabi, we have rehabilitation hospitals. Nowadays, it's almost 5 hospitals. Recently, one new hospital opened. So we are one of the most famous hospital in Abu Dhabi. It's Shirley Ryan Ability. It's belong to Chicago. Our outline today will have a focus PDCA, the 7 basic tools, the RCA, and the FEMIA.
Great.
First of all, I'd like to say about the focus PDCA. We'll find the data of nursing indicators show high incidence of rehabilitation hospital-acquired pressure ulcers in different wards in the hospital. So we'll speak about the general hospital. We'll not speak about one floor or one ward. It's not about ICU. We don't have ICU. We have it as an LTC, long-term care hospital. So it will be organized by the team leader under the director of the nursing, facilitator, the nursing quality staff, because in the rehabilitation hospital, we have the nursing quality staff. It's under nursing also, and the head nurse or charge nurse and the ward staff working with us. To clarify that, we'll work first of all about the patient arrive to the floor. Whenever the patient will arrive to the hospital, he will arrive to the hospital from one facility to other facility. This is how we work in the rehabilitation unit or rehabilitation hospital. So the patient will not stay as a medical hospital. He will not come from home or from outside. If he will come from medical hospital, he will come first of all to the floor, and we will do the assessment, how-to assessment, checking any sign of ulcer. The main thing about receiving a patient in the rehabilitation hospital, it will be any sign of ulcer. Otherwise, we'll follow up any pressure ulcer there is. We'll not do the preventive measures. It will not do it. So we will follow up the occurrence variance OVR, reporting, ensuring patient and safety and staff safety. Then we refer this to the wound specialist nurse. We have in every unit a wound specialist nurse, and this nurse will have the link nurse inside the ward. And we'll follow up the implement of pressure ulcer care and the follow-up. Understand the four ways: the manpower, method, environment, and the materials. First of all,
I want to ask you the last slide. Is this where process flow chart? Please bring it back again.
This slide?
Yes. Is this your flow chart?
Yes.
Yes. Why you didn't use different colors? I want you to improve it to use different colors. And as I told you before, we have to make 2 flow chart diagrams. One flow chart of the actual current process flow, and we can make it multicolored. Then we will make another flow chart diagram after working on it and making improvement on a specific area. So my question for you is, on which area of your process flow diagram you will work on to develop it? On which area specifically?
I don't have any specific area. It's all in general.
Okay. Next.
The table that you said, you will see it now after this fishbone. The manpower now, we speak about the shortage in nursing, the staff attitude. It's under the manpower. Either we have a shortage in nursing, it's somehow about the head license, any licensed nurse. It will take us a process to get nurses because we proceed their head and license. The staff attitude, maybe overload. So the staff is somehow fatigued, tired. The methods, inappropriate assessment done.
Yes, from your point
No
of view,
policy.
what
Hmm,
is the most
hmm,
important cause of the problem from these different factors? Manpower or methods or
uh,
material or environment? What is the most important cause causing the main problems?
methods, I think.
Methods.
First,
Okay, next.
and the positioning, it's not done at time. Environment, busy work floor, patient duration. I told you as we have the long-term care and the long-term ventilated unit at the VU unit.
Okay,
Material, somehow shortage of pillow. It's not a normal pillow, regular pillow that we use. It's a gel pillow, medical pillow. It's come from Germany, specific for these patients. So it's not only about normal pillow that we use. Lack of air mattress. Some air mattress are not checking from the biomed frequently because of this. It's somehow we're finding air mattress lacking of air. Medical bed linnet not functioning. Some of the we're using the linnet bed, and it's the only bed that you will find it in our hospital. It's very smart bed. It will show you. It will have several functions. Now we'll select the policy and procedure on pressure ulcer prevention and management. Adopt pressure ulcer using the Braden scale. Implement monitoring system for high-risk patients. Intensive education sessions for on pressure ulcer assessment. We'll teach more the stuff about that. Provision of needed equipments and materials. Quality improvement plan. Now we'll have the PDCA. The plan. The plan is as we mentioned about it's about the Braden scale. Okay. Request for administration support regarding continuous provision of required materials. Create a team that will observe the patient risk of developing pressure ulcers. This month, we're starting to create a team of patient risk of developing pressure ulcers. Intensive teaching to improve patient skills and heighten awareness of the policy and procedure. Let's have a look about the Braden scale. We'll use the scale of 1, 2, 3, 4. To do now, the policy and procedure was made. Pressure ulcer assessment tool was implemented. High-risk patient was monitored to ensure preventive measures were implemented. The CNE, and it's one of the requirements from the DOH, the Department of Health in Abu Dhabi. It's obligatory to take the CNE, and extra material and supplies were provided as requested. Check the reduction of pressure ulcer, nursing follow-up structure, and one team documentation. The main thing was the documentation that was found from the nurses. Act on continuous monitoring. We'll continue monitoring this stage by stage, every day by day. We take pictures, implement after, for sure, the pictures take after the approval of the patient family, confidential. Implement in other units after positive evaluation is achieved. A revision of the policy and procedure. We let the staff to review of the
excellent.
every between time and time the policy and procedure about the. Now we'll talk about the 7 basic quality tools. Maybe now Dr. Muhammad, you will see the table that he was telling about. We start from the process. no hard to do assessment, rehabilitation
Excellent.
team not informed. Since whenever we have a new admission, we study all the case before we have a new admission. It's not, as I told you mentioned before, that it's not sudden admission. That now the patient will now we study about it for 2 weeks. We study well the case, if it's a big case or small case, minor case, major case, like that. So we study the rehab team not informed about that. So it's lacking of information about the patient. The staff nursing doesn't do well assessment. So it's sometimes the nurses will say that it's not our job to do it, since we have the nurse specialist, nurse wound specialist for that, and it's not available. So now somehow the nurses are busy during the day. The equipment, as I mentioned about the OTB company, it's from Germany. No gel cushion available, or the air mattress limited quantity. Now we have, alhamdulillah, more than enough. Education, family not educated well. This is during the discharge plan, but it will take time, or sometimes the family requested not to enter to the nurse, the nurse to enter to the room several times. So sometimes the family are not doing it, and they are not enough, so enough of risk factor of pressure ulcer. Doctor, this is the chart that you was mentioned saying about the pressure injury risk. It will be divided into two, the tissue tolerance.
We have a problem here in the flow chart that about making the steps with the elliptical shape. We use the elliptical shape for the start and the end only, but all steps in between must be in squares or rectangles. Okay, so we want to edit this.
Okay. Okay, doctor. I will mention quickly about the pressure injury risk. It's divided into two, the tissue tolerance and the pressure. The realistic one, it's about chronic illness, the nutrition, demographics, skin temperature, oxygen delivery. And the extrinsic factors, it's about the shear, moisture, and the friction about the skin. The pressure will impair sensory perception, impaired mobility, and impaired activity. The control chart will be, this is about the target, the actual, the baseline.
Great effort.
Pareto chart, it was divided into several categories.
From your
Respiratory
opinion,
devices.
what is the vital few from your experience as this Barito?
It was about the respiratory devices, because in the long-term ventilated unit will be the respiratory devices and the oximeter probe sometimes.
Excellent. Excellent.
The pulse oximeter probe will change it every duration, 2 hours, 1 hour and a half, 90 minutes. It should be frequently. And the respiratory devices, if any probe it's under the patient, or the probe inserted for the patient ventilated unit, so it will make even though it's under the ulcer, pressure ulcer. The histogram also will be divided, since our hospital we are accepting three ages, three different ages: the adult, the pediatric, and the geriatric. And the
Yes,
main
but
thing
this is not histogram. This is bar chart.
bar chart.
This is bar chart. Okay, but good. Next.
Scatter diagram. This was
You made
given
the
as this.
scatter diagram to
No,
find the relation between what and what.
the relation between the wound width. This actually was made under the quality nursing.
Yes.
The check sheet, it was for the nursing. It was divided into two categories: the skin and the surface. The skin, it's not clear here, so I will read it for you. It's to perform comprehensive skin assessment, moisturize skin, unbroken skin, protect the skin with appropriate barrier product, use of skin protectors while using O2 mask, nasal cannula.
It's clear, no problem.
Yes.
You haven't to read all of it. Okay, next.
Oh,
Will
okay.
Miss Islam participate or not?
Yeah, it will participate now in the RCA.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome Miss
Thank you
Islam.
so much.
هلا دكتور كيفك؟
هلا فيكي.
معلش أنا بس بسأل لأنه صوت المسجد جنبي، يعني صوتي واضح ولا صوت
واضح.
القرآن معنا؟
واضح. We hear you well.
تمام اوكي. هلا انا رح احكي عن root cause analysis. After we receive notification about a problem, we define it. Receive ulcer in rehabilitation hospital. Then we find cases, staff, environment, or equipment. Then we finding the root cases, wrong assessment during admission, and we put solution, use gentle and be careful not to scrub the skin too hard, and use moisturizing creams to keep skin soft and keep it from getting too dry. Then we take action, and monitoring and warning letter and counseling, and we patient effectiveness. We dressing made on time with the wound nurse specialist and well documentation. This is RCA. Now FEMA. We have 4 steps. Step number 1, skin assessment is performed on admission. The potential failure mode is skin assessment.
Yes, in FEMIA, Ms. Islam, I want to ask you a simple question about FEMIA. After making FEMIA, you discovered what is the most important risk factors that has the highest risk priority number?
3.
Okay, please bring it, Mr. Mahmoud.
Changing down based on risk factors. Here's step 3.
Yes, excellent. 3 is in 4, which is 3 appropriate positioning changing. Excellent, Miss Islam. Next.
أكملهم يعني؟ هلا
No. Yes. Thank you so much for this great project. Great efforts, Mr. Mahmoud. Great efforts, Miss Islam. You did this project in outstanding quite time, in very short time. Thank you so much for your great efforts. You deserve the best. Thank you so much.
شكرا كثير يا دكتور، يعطيك